Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Welcome to my channel. Make sure you guys can hear me. Got to think like 19 viewers waiting for me here. Let's see who is here first. Razzer has game. First one in the chat. He says battery day 650. We're gonna talk about it. Let's see if we could make a justification for some price targets. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure my audio is good. Everything's good. My audio, you can hear me good. See. Second comment, shout out to Min Quach. Battery day 520. Everyone giving their opinions. I have some price targets I'm going to talk about. So I have a few of them out there, but I have a presentation I'm going to go over about exactly what's all the excitement and if people actually understand what's going on, because like sometimes the market could not understand what's actually being presented to them, and they just don't get it. And if they don't get it, then the stock doesn't move. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about exactly how likely the market and people, investors, these big whales, investment firms, if they're going to understand what's being shown to them. M. Moray, what's up? Monroy, what's up? 350. That's what he's thinking. Blake, Andre Blake, what's up? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me tonight. We're going to talk about Tesla, talk about our investments. I think most people that click in here will probably be investors of Tesla. Bobby D. Bob, what's up? Thank you for joining me. All right, so give some more shout outs. Jason Vespa, what's up? Thank you for joining me. Okay, since you called the last price target, Craig, I'm listening. Yeah, like legit, that was like so last minute, like literally the last day. My prediction for Tesla was $2,400 in the month of August, and literally on August 31st, it hit that price target. So I think it's a little bit of luck on that one, but it is what it is. So guys, thank you for joining me. Give me a thumbs up if you haven't yet already. It really helps out the channel, helps out my videos, my channel to grow. This pushes the YouTube algorithm to spread my channels to more and more people. So please smash that thumbs up button. It really helps out. Zach Klaslow, call option $500 strike for Friday. 1708. Do you like this play? For 500, yeah, I mean, I think it is very likely it will hit 500. We're going to talk about it. Like I said, to me, I think it all depends on how much the investors understand what's being presented to them. Because I feel like when the Cybertruck was announced and like everyone was just either shocked or they were in love. It was like one or the other. There's nothing in between. And what a lot of people didn't really understand is the Cybertruck is a game changer. Now you can say you don't like the design, and that's fine. Everyone likes and dislikes their own thing. But one thing that people didn't get right away is how much cost was being saved by producing this type of vehicle. Like no paint, no stamping. It's just a simple vehicle to put together, and that's why you had that price point that shocked everybody when they released the price points. Was it 39,000 for the lowest model, and then I think it was like if I remember correctly, 70. Was it 70,000 or something like that for the high end model for the tri-motor? So that's how they could get these price points. Also with the battery that they're going to put in there. So we're going to talk more about that. But I think like when people first saw that, they didn't really understand what was being presented to them. Like it happens throughout history. It's like when the iPhone was first presented by Steve Jobs. Like nobody understood, nobody got it. Everyone was like, "Why would I want to pay whatever it was, $300-400 at the time? Like cell phones were like $100, right? Why would I pay $400 for this phone just because it plays music?" That's what people were saying, because they don't even understand that this was literally changing the whole game. This was like it was a whole new era, and it was being presented to them, and people didn't understand it. People didn't understand it with the Cybertruck, that is going to change manufacturing of vehicles for the next century, right? So people didn't understand, and I think people might not understand what this battery that they're going to announce on Battery Day is. I think a lot of people aren't going to understand. So for that reason, the stock might not move like we want it to move, at least for the short term. So we're going to talk about that. I have a whole presentation to talk about exactly what Battery Day is going to entail, and in my opinion, the most important aspects of Battery Day. So that's what's up. I'm going to give you like a few more minutes to see if some more people join, and then we'll get started. But I appreciate you guys joining me already. Give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet already. I also launched a Patreon. If you want to support me on Patreon, I would really appreciate that. It really helps out the channel. You could also sign up for a membership to my YouTube channel. That also helps out the channel as well. So let me go through some chats, give out some shout outs. Let's see who else is in here. We got what, like 73 people in here, so that's pretty good. Rakesh Yadev, price point of 465. Tan179, what's up? Thank you for joining me tonight. Shout out to you. Nikola to $5.20. Man, that might be a little generous. They might go to zero, you know. They might be halted. So they might be halted, and after it's halted, we could see it be delisted. So you know, incredible what they're. I mean, they essentially didn't deny anything on that Hindenburg paper. They basically just kind of like maneuvered around it and said stuff like, "Oh, we never said that truck would actually drive itself. We just said it was in motion." That's what they said. It was unbelievable. It's like, yeah, maybe if your company was like just doing the paint for the vehicle, you could maybe have the argument, you know. But your company is designing, manufacturing the powertrain to these vehicles, and you're going to show a vehicle in motion and then claim that, oh, we never said it was self-propelled. We just said it was in motion. Absolutely ridiculous. I think it's a huge scam. So we'll see if they get delisted. You know, it's not looking good, and we'll see what happens. But I suggest people stay away from NKLA. Shout out to Anonymous American. Tesla will hit 500 and then drop down to 330 before election. That's, you know, that is very, very likely. And, you know, I don't think that is out of realm of possibility. And I kind of do agree with you there, Anonymous American. I personally think 500 is a good price point, but I just think it will be a little bit higher than that. But I have already said in my previous videos, I think after Battery Day, we're going to have a very big correction on Tesla stock. And it is not impossible that it will be down to 330. I would not rule that out. So I think after Battery Day, and, you know, pretty much towards the end of the year, I think we're going to have a correction in Tesla stock anywhere in probably 300s to 400s is my thinking, and I'm going to talk more about that after I talk about my presentation. So just a couple of more shout outs. Chris West calling at least 550. Cool. All right, man. So let me go over my presentation, and so just hold off on any questions, and I'm going to bring up my slide right here. Hope you guys can see that. Let me know if it's not big enough. I will try to make it full screen, but if not, if it's okay, I'm just going to keep it right here. I'm going to go over this whole presentation about Battery Day, what's been leading up to Battery Day, because it's Battery Day. I mean, really, Tesla has been sitting on this technology, I think, for at least 1 to 2 years, right? They already knew about this battery. They already knew that they need to ramp up and basically secure their own destiny. And so they've been trying to do that since back in 2016. So 2016 in November, they acquired a company called Grumman Engineering. I believe it is a German company, if I remember correctly, and they specialized in automating systems. But they had automation for like battery construction, and like installation, putting them into packs is what Tesla does, right? So they had a automated system that Tesla was interested in, and that's why they purchased them. They bought them out for 135 million back in 2016. Fast forward to 2019, we all know that they acquired Maxwell Technologies. So Maxwell Technologies had this technology for manufacturing battery cells, and it was called the dry electrode battery. So that cuts down on a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of chemicals traditionally used to make wet batteries, which is called like a wet slurry technology. So now you're making, without this wet technology, you don't need ovens to dry the batteries, and those ovens take up a massive amount of floor space in your factory. So that's why they bought Maxwell Technologies. Also in 2019, they bought High Bar Systems. All right, High Bar Systems had some manufacturing IP for battery cells, and so these three components is what really leads up to Battery Day. And this Battery Day was supposed to happen earlier this year, right? So they acquired High Bar Systems in October 2019. They were supposed to have Battery Day, I believe, in April. So it's been pushed off, obviously for the illness situation, right? So these are the three companies that they acquired, and this is the roadmap that they've been working on for Battery Day to secure their own destiny, to secure battery manufacturing, because that is really the limiting factor of their growth. So fast forward to just was it yesterday or the day before, there was a leak of this battery. So the folks that first reported this leak was Electric. So you could tell that this battery is just massive compared to the traditional 2170 cell batteries that they're currently using. So this is the battery that they're currently using, 2170 cell, just a little bit bigger than a traditional AA battery. So this is much bigger, and so you see there's a 54 millimeter 54 number there. So we're expecting this to be a 54 millimeter in diameter battery cell. So what's the significance on a 54 millimeter battery cell? So reported on Teslarati, the 54 printed on its side, if the number represents a cell's diameter, it would point to Tesla's Roadrunner cell adapting the 54 by 98 form factor. So that's 10 times the volume of a traditional 2170 cell. So with a larger cell, Tesla could produce battery packs that have an order of magnitude fewer cells than before. This would result in the company using 1/10 the number of rolls, cans, electrolyte fills, and welds compared to its current operations. Such a strategy opens the door to massive cost reductions that could help bring down the price of electric cars to a notable degree. So literally 10 times the volume of the traditional 2170 cells. So now you can use fewer cells. You have to manufacture fewer cells, but you get the same energy density as your current vehicles. So just as a visualization, the new cell we're thinking is 10 times larger than this 2170 cell. So an order of magnitude is going to bring cost reduction down and ease of manufacturing, right? So this talks about ease of manufacturing. So if you see in this diagram here on the right where I have circled, basically these cells are designed to be just dropped in. They're just dropped into the pack, and then there is a cap that's put on top of it, and then it's just sealed. So there's no individual cells. There are no individual cells with individual caps. The cover plate is the cap and connection for all cells in the group. So it makes manufacturing these battery packs significantly faster. So I want to bring up a video where somebody talks about this. Hang on one second. Sorry, I'm going to bring up my next screen. All right, so I don't know if you guys seen this person's channel. His name is Dave Lee, and he talks a lot about Tesla as well. And so he talks about he has visited Tesla's manufacturing facility, and there's a second floor in their facility where they assemble battery packs. So whenever you go visit Tesla's facility, you can see pretty much everything. You can see how they stamp the bodies, how they construct the bodies, the paint shop. You can see everything, but the only thing that you cannot see is where they put together the battery packs. And so he talks about in this video that he has some information that the battery packs are they're in a secret location on the second floor of their factory, and he has insider information that somebody has seen the second floor where they assemble the battery packs, and all he is saying is that they're assembling battery packs very, very fast. So let me just play it's like 10 seconds of this clip.
Working on for years. I remember back in 2013 or 2014, I was taking a tour of the Tesla factory in Fremont, and they mentioned they had a second floor where they assemble battery packs, but it was off limits to visitors. Several months later, I had a friend with connections who was able to visit that second floor. And I'm not sure if I can actually mention on this video, but let's just say they were putting cells into packs very, very fast. Tesla's always guarded their technology and process of pack assembly. They don't mind people watching them stamp body parts, weld, or even put the car together in general assembly. But they do mind if people watch them assemble battery packs because they've...
All right, so if you guys haven't seen Dave Lee's channel, he has an awesome channel, talks a lot about Tesla, talks a lot about investing. So so basically he's saying there that he has information that somebody has seen the second floor of Tesla's factory where they assemble battery packs, and all he's saying is that they assemble them very, very fast. And that goes in line with what I'm talking about here. These cells, these large cells, are made to just be dropped into the battery pack and then a cover put on top of it. And basically you're done. Basically that's all that's needed to assemble these battery packs. So that's Dave Lee's channel. If you haven't watched his channel, just check him out. He talks a lot about Tesla and about investing. Very good channel. So what's the significance of this new battery? Well, why are we doing this? Okay, so the Tesla Roadrunner battery, this is the cell line that they're manufacturing. It's called Roadrunner. So $100 per kilowatt hour has been described as the price target for batteries to enable electric vehicles to reach a price parity with gasoline cars without subsidies. If combined with mass production, it's considered the holy grail of EV adoption, since it would enable high volume production of relatively affordable and high margin electric vehicles. So you need to bring the cost of batteries down in order, number one, to reduce weight with these larger cells, and they're more energy dense. So you could put them in things like this, the Tesla Semi, because you don't want your battery to be so heavy that it's going to reduce the amount of cargo that the semi truck is going to load. So that's why you need to have this type of battery, this new lighter but more energy dense battery for something like a Tesla Semi, for a Tesla Cybertruck. So the most sold car in the United States is the Toyota Camry, 337,000 sales in 2019. Price point of the Toyota Camry is $24,000. So that's the price point that we need to get Tesla down to for mass adoption, right? So Tesla the Model 3, realistically, it's about 37, 38. After everything's said and done, taxes and things, you're looking at a $40,000 vehicle, right? So no one, it's not mass market yet. That's not reaching a price point where everyone would just not blink an eye just to buy a $40,000 vehicle. You need to get that down to $25,000 for people to for it to be the mass market, for people to not even think about what I'm purchasing. I just need to purchase the best vehicle and to get me from point A to point B and be safe. And that's where they need to get it, is $25,000. That's where this vehicle comes in, the Model 2 for $25,000, right? So how do you get to that Model 2 for $25,000? It's all about the battery. The most expensive part about the vehicle is the battery. So if they can reduce the price of the battery, the cost of manufacturing, and the weight of the battery, that's where they're going to basically get into the next generation, the next 10 years of Tesla. So about the price point. So I want to read this real quick. So Will Danoff manages a $230 billion for Fidelity Investments. In 2017 and 2018, he unloaded most of Contra Fund's position in the electric car maker, which is Tesla, which, according to Bloomberg News, caused him to miss out on $10 billion in gains. There were concerns I had about the profitability of the company, he said. But now he's conflicted. Buy back in or wait to see if that $412 billion valuation comes down a bit. There's no question selling Tesla was a mistake. I should have said, do I feel comfortable with owning Tesla for the next 10 years? I should not have cut back. So that's what I'm talking about is, I think a lot of people just want to trade Tesla, just want to get in before battery day. And then when battery day comes and the price, goes up 20, 30, 40%, and then sell it. But I think that's really the wrong way to do it, because we're really at the infancy of Tesla right now. So if Tesla is able to convince everybody their next 10 years of growth, if you hold on to it, you're going to have massive gains, like I think more than 100% gains. So this is my prediction. So after battery day, so if the market understands what's being presented to them, I think we could see Tesla at $600 sometime after battery day. So if the market understands what they're doing, why they are manufacturing such larger batteries, the cost reduction, the weight reduction, and increase in energy density, and they really get it, I think we could see Tesla at $600. But if the market doesn't get it, and people just don't understand, I think we could be at $300 to $400. So essentially, not moving that much down to about $300 if the market doesn't really get it. And if Tesla is able to reduce the cost per cell down to roughly $50 to $75 per kilowatt hour. So remember, $100 per kilowatt hour, that is essentially bringing an electric vehicle to cost parity with a gas vehicle. That's when the price point of an electric vehicle and a gas vehicle is essentially the same price. So if they could bring it down to $75 or $50 per kilowatt hour, I think that the stock is going to explode. I think that it's going to be the holy grail. It's going to be the point where there will be nobody in their right mind would buy a gas vehicle when you could get a Tesla vehicle for roughly $25,000 if you bring down that cost of that battery down to $50 to $75. So that's my price target. If that's like if they just kill it on battery day and said that we were able to reduce the price per cell down to $75 or $50, I think the stock is going to skyrocket. But realistically, I think there's a possibility that the market does not get it, and if they don't get it, then we could see the stock even go down. So that's my prediction. We'll see what happens. But if the market gets it, we could see $600. So that is my price target. Anywhere from 300 to 600 is what I'm thinking. So let me go through these chats. Catch up on everybody. Andre Blake, he's gonna buy back in. He dipped the market yesterday, and there was a huge spike after hours today. He bought back some, I think. Did I read that Tanya got a Model 3 Performance? All right, cool, man. Congratulations, Tanya. Model 3 Performance. Did you have it delivered already? What's the wait time? I think the wait time was pushed back to like 7 weeks if you order one now, if I remember correctly. My cousin just ordered a Model Y in red, and even though it said that it was 6 to 7 weeks out, after he ordered it, they're saying that it will be there within 2 weeks. Okay, cool. So Tanya said that she got it yesterday, and she ordered it on the 2nd. So yeah, about 2 weeks, right? That's not bad. Chris West, will this change the range of Tesla Semi? How will this affect Hyliion? So the range on the Semi, I think when they announced it, it was about 300 to 500. So I mean, I think when they talked about that, they already knew about the battery cell, about this new cell, and the Roadrunner battery. So I think that is going to be the range for the Semi. It's going to be 3 to 500, and that's was like 70 or 80% of these semi trucks. That's pretty much what they run. You know, not all of them run cross country, so most of them 500 range is significant. Andre, I'm buying Tesla with their own money. That's my goal too, man. So my public stock portfolio that I share with everyone on YouTube, that is the portfolio that I'm trying to grow to try to get like at least 50 to 60% gains, and that would pretty much fund what I need to get my Cybertruck that I have ordered. I have on order. I have a model. I'm sorry. I have a dual motor on order. So that's the one I'm looking forward to, and so that gives me about 2 years. So we'll see. Maybe there will be Cybertrucks rolling off the line by the end of next year. But really, I hope to have my portfolio grow probably 60% by that time. That would help me fund, and then hopefully by that time, my Cybertruck will be ready, and my money will be ready as well. Just scrolling through some chats here. Math Guy says the point on selling at all-time highs is to buy more on price drops. Yeah. The problem is that you have to time it so perfectly, right? You have to time it when it's, of course, at all-time highs, and hopefully when you sell it, it doesn't just keep on going higher. And then when you buy it back again, it is truly at its low. But sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes you sell it, and the price keeps on going higher. So it is a risk, and in my opinion, I don't think it's worth it, because if you just hold, so I'm talking about Tesla, if you hold it for 3 years, 4 years, you're guaranteed, in my opinion, to at least double, if not triple, what the price is right now. So that's just my opinion. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. And then Chris asked, how will this affect Hyliion? realistically, I don't think the Tesla Semi is going to be much competition, or I think there's plenty of space for both of them. So I think Hyliion is the realistic solution in the short term. Fleets I don't think are going to be keen on just pretty much changing out their whole fleet in one fell swoop. The Hyliion system just makes more sense. You could install it on fleets that you currently have, and you could save a lot of money on fuel. And that's just the main part is just to have fuel reduction, and not having to have your entire fleet basically get rid of the entire fleet. So I think Hyliion definitely has a good business model, and they're going to be very successful. And I think, like I said, I think there's room for both of them in the space. The time where I think is going to be a big change is when Tesla is able to do full self-driving, and then their semis are essentially self-driving. Then I think companies like Hyliion or any trucking company is going to have some competition, because then we're talking about not having to have a driver. So that's where I think the game is going to change. Oscar 8615 predictions on Workhorse. So we're just waiting for this USPS announcement to come out. I think in the next few days, if not in the next week, we should hear something about USPS. I think they need to make an announcement by the end of the year. The end of their fiscal year, which is September, the end of September. So I think we're going to hear anytime now. And I think Workhorse is at pretty much all-time highs. It was like $27, $28. I think it closed at today. Let me look that up real quick. Workhorse. $28. It's like trading pretty much in sync with Diamond Peak, right? Pretty much. Diamond Peak, Lordstown Motors closed at $27.88. So they're like trading like neck and neck. So I think realistically, if we get this USPS contract, we could see a doubling or tripling, in my opinion. So $60-$70 is my opinion on the price target of Workhorse, if we get a significant amount of that USPS contract. So when I say significant amount, I think like 50% or higher is in my opinion significant. If like, I don't think it'll happen that we'll get 100% of this USPS contract, but if we do, then that would be massive. Raja, what is a good price point to buy Tesla stock tomorrow? Do you think the price will decrease tomorrow? I have no idea if it's going to decrease tomorrow. I think any dip, any day there's a dip is a good time to buy Tesla. I think after Battery Day, and I said this earlier, I think after Battery Day the price is going to go down. So between Battery Day, so after Battery Day, and the election, I think we're going to see a retraction in Tesla stock. It's just my opinion that it could be anywhere in the 300s to 400s. So I think after Battery Day, we could see it up as high as 600. And after Battery Day, and a few weeks or a few months after Battery Day and into election, I think we could see a correction on Tesla stock down to 300 to 400. So that's my opinion. But the best thing I could say about anybody that buys Tesla stock is or to buy any stock is not to go in all at once. It's like if you have whatever $5,000, $10,000, I would say like put 20% down and then see what happens. If the stock goes up, then probably just wait, hold off on it, don't buy more. If it keeps on going up, don't buy more because it's going to correct. It's going to come back down. I mean, this thing's not going to go to $600, $600, $500 and stay there. I don't think it's going to stay that high. It's just not reasonable to stay that high. So I would say, put 20% down. If it goes high, then just wait on it. Look at your paper gains. If it goes down, though, then you could buy more for a cheaper price. That's my opinion. Luis Gonzalez, that's funny. Am I buying Nikola? Yeah, I'm staying far away from Nikola for sure. Uber and Lyft are going to spend every last cent to deter Tesla. I don't think Uber and Lyft is in a financial situation to deter Tesla. I mean, Uber and Lyft are definitely hurting right now. Lyft is, I don't know when they're ever going to get profitable. Uber was trying to get profitable, but it looks like it was not going to happen this year and probably not going to happen next year. So I don't think they're in a position to deter Tesla at all. Raja, updates on LCA. Man, LCA, their numbers. Let me bring up their numbers. Guys, if you are not paying attention to LCA, I think you guys are missing out on some huge opportunity. Let me see. Where do I have? I just had it just the other day. Sorry, guys. Let me bring up their numbers because they just reported their August numbers and they are making money hand over fist. Let me see. Sorry, guys. Let me bring this up real quick. If I have it, let's see. I might have to look it up real quick. So LCA Golden Nugget online gaming, they reported their August numbers. Let me see. All right, here we go. All right, let me share my screen with you. All right. Golden Nugget online gaming reports second quarter. So this was back in August. So gross gaming revenue was 28.2 million compared to 15.3 million the same period of 2019, an increase of 85%. Net revenue, so this is their bottom line, all right? So Golden Nugget Online Gaming, they're a profitable company. They've been profitable since 2016. They started, I believe, in 2013 is when they started. In just 3 years, they turned a profit, and they've been profitable ever since 2016. Net revenue, they had 24.8 million compared to 13.9 million same period in 2019, increase of 78%. Operating income 8.5 million versus 4.9 million, 74% increase. So massive gains. Profitable company that after the merger, I forgot the numbers. I think after the merger, they're going to have a market cap of roughly just under $1 billion, or just I think like 700 million. Don't quote me on that. So a profitable company that's making what was it? 85% revenues year over year, net income 78% year over year, profitable company, market cap just under $1 billion. That you could get in at just under $1 billion. Compare that to what you're going to get with something like DraftKings. DraftKings has like a $10 billion market cap right now. Look at this. DraftKings has an $18 billion market cap on this, and it's not a profitable company. And who knows when they're going to be profitable. Also, DraftKings really only plays to one market, and it's sports betting. Who does sports betting? It's like 95% of the people that do sports betting are male, right? Something like Golden Nugget Online Gaming, they're targeting the iGaming, and iGaming is 50% male, roughly 50% female. So you're targeting a larger demographic that typically spends a lot more money, because when you do one sports bet, it's basically like you bet on one game, right? But when you're doing iGaming, you're playing multiple hands of blackjack, multiple hands of whatever, roulette, whatever game it is. So the revenue on iGaming is just a lot bigger, massive compared to something like sports betting. So just do yourself a favor, look into LCA if you aren't in it already. I second the Shell warrant question. Do you know, is it definitely 1150? Yeah, so Shell's exercise price is 1150. I know that for sure. See, Kevin Doe, what do you think about some call options tomorrow to Battery Day? If you're asking me, I mean, I don't play short-term call options. It's way too risky for me. If I do call options personally, I just do it like 2 years out. So I'm not a good person to ask about call options, so I can't answer that for you. I just said, so LCA, Lego Mang. What makes LCA any better than DraftKings or Penn? So if you just heard me, I pretty much answer that. Number one, LCA, Golden Nugget, they're a profitable company. They're bringing in revenues that are 78% better year over year. They've been profitable since 2016. They're targeting an iGaming market, which DraftKings and Penn, typically they're just doing sports betting. When people that do sports betting, they're just betting on one game at a time. So compare that to playing blackjack, playing roulette. You're playing hundreds of hands, playing for hours. So the revenue is much, much higher in casino gaming. Koopa Pita. Sorry, PT. Sorry if I can't say your name correctly. What about GP stock future? GP, another one that I don't understand why people are not buying more of this. I have been personally buying this. What is this? Sorry. I've been personally buying this pretty much every single day in the month of September. It's at $13.82, which I think is massively, massively discounted. I am continuing to buy this anytime that it's like under $15. I am buying this. So market cap of 253 million. So still very, very small. They're really the only company other than Tesla that is actually delivering electric vehicles in the United States consistently, keeping up with manufacturing and delivering vehicles. They just did a capital raise. They have $37 million on their balance sheet. It's probably not going to show on the financials here because this is not updated. So previously, their total cash was about 300,000. So they just did a stock offering when they became public on the Nasdaq, and they raised $37 million. So they went from roughly 300,000, realistically, I think it was about $350,000 to $37 million in cash. Also, they're able to 2x their manufacturing capabilities by the end of this year. So, you know, they're also actually delivering vehicles. So, Green Power Motors, I think, is a stock, in my opinion, that that people are not taking advantage of it. KP, do you think Tesla will create a rent-to-own concept since there isn't much Tesla owners? Also, being that the average income for a Tesla driver is far below the typical. Typical Uber Lyft driver. Yeah, so that has been talked about. Essentially, what KP is talking about is that essentially you could kind of like lease to own a Tesla vehicle, and so basically you could be, if they start like a Tesla ride hailing service, so someone could lease a Tesla vehicle and then just do their ride hailing service, and it'll be kind of like a deal worked out with Tesla where basically you drive for Tesla, and in return, they will help you pay off your vehicle. So it could be like 30%, 40%, whatever the negotiation is. So essentially, you're getting the vehicle for 70% off, but in return, you agree to drive for Tesla, basically become an Uber service, but only on the Tesla network. And in return, they're basically subsidizing the vehicle for you. So, I mean that is a concept that's been floated, and I think that is a possibility. I don't think we'll hear any announcement on it tomorrow, but not tomorrow on the battery day, but it is a possibility. Robert Smith, what do you think of clean sparks? I think they have a good market in California. We just experienced blackouts, and all the EVs being plugged into are going to have more blackouts in the future. I haven't been following up with Clean Spark, so honestly, I don't know much about them. So sorry, I can't speak to that. But as far as the blackouts, hopefully Tesla will make some type of announcement about what they're going to do for vehicle to grid or vehicle to vehicle. That would really solve the problem with blackouts. So if you guys don't know what vehicle to vehicle or vehicle to grid is, essentially you could plug your Tesla in and charge another Tesla. So if somebody's broken down on the side of the road or something, they ran out of juice, you could plug your Tesla into their Tesla and then just give them some juice so they could move on. But also, if you could do that, you could also do vehicle to grid, and so essentially plug in your vehicle to the power grid and then feed the power grid. So if there is rolling blackouts, you will be able to plug in and then feed the grid, and then you'll get paid for it. Essentially, you'll be making money off of the power of your Tesla battery. So, I mean, think about it. If you're charging your battery when it's cheap, and then you don't need that battery, and there's rolling blackouts, and you're going to get 2x, 3x of what you paid for that electricity. That's energy arbitrage right there, and you could make up some money. Penny Rees, yeah, Tillman Fertitta, that's what makes it better. Tillman Fertitta he's a businessman. He's definitely making a lot of money off of this deal. And he already has another SPAC. It's going to be LCA 3, I think. So he's definitely a businessman. He knows what he's doing. I think Golden Nugget is going to be massive, and I think people are just not really understanding it right now. 123 ABC. He asks, why did RO tank? It seemed like it had great potential. I lost hundreds on that stock, but made it back 10x with Shell, DPHC, and Workhorse. Just, I mean, there's no reason. I have a small position in RO, and that's why I have a small position, because I never go all in on a position like the first week or the first few weeks. I always buy a little bit at a time, just in case it tanks like it did. RO, I'm down like 50% on that, but luckily I only have like a couple $100 in it. So there's no reason why RO tanked. It's just it was a hot stock because it was an EV stock. It was the EV sector, and it blew up. But then it just lost momentum and basically fell out of favor. I think all the money is going into the SPACs, like pretty much Diamond Peak, Hyliion, and just Workhorse just has a lot of backing behind it. So my money is pretty much stuck in RO. I'm gonna wait for it to come back. So another thing about RO is that it's targeting a sector that is not very alive right now because of the whole situation that's going on. So really they're targeting like their vehicles are targeting like schools, campuses, college campuses, like maintenance trucks. Think about like maintenance trucks for college campuses, maintenance trucks for like stadiums. So like all those things are not opening, and pretty much that is where they were targeting. So that's why RO I think is not doing good. Lego Bang. Do you think if Nikola is truly fraud, that it will hurt SPACs? What can stop any of the what can stop any of the other SPACs you recommend to have potential fraud that will hurt me and you as a small retail investor? I mean, I don't think Nikola's situation is going to affect other SPACs, but I mean, I think you just need to do your research about whatever that company is. Like the management team of the SPAC, the acquisition company, if they have a strong and tried and true management team, like Hyliion, like Shell, they have right now their second Tortoise acquisition. So that management team is good. So whatever they get into next is probably going to be something good. Something like IPOB, IPOC, IPOA, with Chamath Palihapitiya backing it. So things like that, tried and true, investors that are backing these SPACs. Something like LCA, where Tillman Fertitta, he has another SPAC. So look into the management company, and those are the people that do the research. Obviously, VTIQ probably didn't look too deep into Nikola before they agreed to SPAC with them. Andre Blake, can't wait for Battery Day. Yeah, me either. So it's like literally like next week, right? Yeah, right, next week. Or isn't it the 21st? Yeah, so just a little over a week, I think. Luis Escobar, is there any hope for Apple stock? Apple is going into their super cycle. So I mean, their new line of watches and iPads, that's nothing. Like nobody cares about that. But they're going into their super cycle with their next phone, 5G phones. Obviously, a lot of people have been holding out. Like personally, I've been holding out for a 5G phone. I didn't see a reason to get this newest model of the phone because we know a 5G phone is going to come out. So people like me are waiting for the 5G phone. So it's like, I think I read like anywhere like 80 to maybe 90% of iPhone users are going to upgrade to the new 5G phone. So Apple is going to hit their super cycle in the next couple of years. So I think realistically, if you want to hold on to Apple for 1 to 2 years and get in now, I think it's probably a wise move. So, and now after their stock split, you get in at it's like $100 something bucks. So definitely, I think Apple stock is something to hold for at least 2 years after their super cycle plays out. What's your opinion on Arcimoto, Jason? My opinion on Arcimoto is I'm bullish. I've been buying it this week, as not this week, but I think the week before. I was buying it when it was down to like $5 and was it $5 and like 30 cents. So let me bring up. Hold on. Arcimoto. I have a position in Arcimoto. So yeah, I mean, it made a pretty good recovery because just like 2-3 days ago, it was down to in the low fives, right? It was like September 4th, it went down to $4.76. So I was picking up shares pretty much all up in here between this when it dipped down to the low fives, down to the fours. So pretty much between September 4th and just a few days ago, I was buying shares, just nibbling off pieces at this lower $5 range, and it recovered pretty well, $6.22. So I'm bullish on Arcimoto. They're starting to get back into production, and moonshot is that maybe they get acquired by Tesla. So if that ever happens, I am very, very happy that I have a position in Arcimoto. So that's my opinion on Arcimoto. I think it's a good long-term play, and I think there's going to be a good amount of people that want to switch over to a smaller vehicle. Andre Blake, thanks for that super sticker, man. Really appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Let's see some more chats. Rachel Wong, is it too late to buy Graph shares, and when is the merger date? So I don't follow. It's a Velodyne, right? I don't follow Velodyne. That's the company they're merging with, I believe, right? I don't follow them. I did, I think, one video on them, and I just don't believe in their technology. I mean, for the mass market, for self-driving, I don't believe in their technology. But I do see that there is a market for LiDAR, but I just don't see it going to be massive. So I don't follow Graph. Colin, have you taken a look at a company called TAT? No, I haven't. They make Beyond Tobacco, TOBAF in Canada. They make cigarettes without nicotine. Huh. No, I haven't looked into that, so I'll have to take a look at that. Yeah, so tomorrow is quadruple witching day. I read up about that a little bit. So it's basically like 4 things are pretty much expiring. Like a lot of options are expiring, futures are expiring. So that's what they call quadruple witching day. And so they say that it could mess with the market, but I don't really follow that because I'm not really a trader. So pretty much everything I buy, I want to hold on to for at least 2 years. So it really wouldn't affect me. But yeah, that's what they're calling tomorrow, triple witching day. So thank you for that. Thanks. I plan to get back into RO once the virus dies off, hopefully. Yeah, so I mean, I think RO does have potential, but right now it's just not looking good for them. Foos G, what do you think of Apple? Do you think it will rise with the announcement of the iPhone 12? Absolutely. I mean, I think it will rise, but Apple is not going to be a massive growth company. Even with their iPhone 12, I mean, I don't think you're going to like double, triple your money in a short amount of time, because Apple's just not a growth company. If you want to get into Apple, you're going to get some stable, consistent growth. You're going to get a little bit of dividends. It's something that you want to put your money into, pretty much preserve or grow, over 5, 10, 15 years. But you're not going to get massive gains in 1 to 2 years. So if you guys watch Jeremy from Financial Education, this is where I got this stock from. And so if you wanted to play Apple and get some really, really decent gains, so in my opinion, the play here is companies like Cirrus Logic. So Cirrus Logic makes chips for Apple. Apple is like 80% of Cirrus Logic's business. They make pretty much chips for Samsung and Apple is like I said, 80% of their customers. So they make chips, basically audio codecs. So anytime you hear audio from your phone, from your iPhone, it's because of a Cirrus Logic chip. Also, when the phone vibrates, that used to be a little motor in there, like a little actual motor. Right now, when the phone vibrates, that's not a motor anymore. Same thing with these these AirPods. When you push this button, I don't know if you have AirPods, but when you push this button, it clicks, but it doesn't really move. It doesn't really click, because if the AirPods are off and you push this button, nothing happens. This button doesn't actually move, but it feels like it clicks. Same thing with like a touchpad, like an Apple touchpad. When you hit it, it feels like it's moving, like it's like a mouse, like it's physically moving, but it's not moving. Same thing with if you have a MacBook, that touchpad, it doesn't move. Like when the laptop is off and you touch it, physically it doesn't move, but it feels like it's moving. All that technology is coming from Cirrus Logic. So if you want to play Apple and get some decent gains, so I'm thinking like 2x, 3x gains in a short amount of time. And when I say short amount of time, I'm thinking like 1 to 2 years. So just my personal opinion, I think a better play is something like Cirrus Logic. So take that for what it's worth. Go some more chats. Have you heard of ChargePoint? Yep, heard of ChargePoint, and I'm very excited about ChargePoint. What is it? SEB, right? Or what is it? SBE? Yeah, there you go. SBE. Switchback Acquisitions. So ChargePoint, the rumor is that they're going to merge with ChargePoint. Was that confirmed today? Someone let me know in the chat if this was confirmed. But Switchback, the rumor is that they're going to be merging with ChargePoint, and I'm very excited about this. I've been waiting for this to happen for a few months now. There was rumors that ChargePoint was going to go with either KCAC or what's the other one? HCAC. And I bought into HCAC, and I was waiting for that to happen. And of course, HCAC went with Canoe. So I wasn't able to get SBE early enough. But I think realistically, it's still early. I think we will have a pullback. I mean, honestly, at $14, I think it's still a decent buy. But it was down to like $13 earlier today, but I guess it closed up. So let me know in the chat if there was official or more word on this for a definitive merger with ChargePoint. But yeah, very bullish on ChargePoint. They're absolutely the biggest charging infrastructure, other than Tesla, and they're massive in Europe, and they're massive in the United States as well. And what I like about them is they're targeting fleets. So charging a fleet. So they work with fleets. Think about if companies like USPS. I know that they will probably work with Duke Energy, but they could also have infrastructure from ChargePoint. Think of like Diamond Peak, Lordstown Motors. That's the market that they really target, is these big fleets where they come in and they say, oh, okay, you have how many thousands of vehicles, how many thousands of trucks for your fleet? All right, we're going to be able to install infrastructure, for your fleet. Basically, you could charge thousands of trucks at a time. So it's like one contract could be hundreds of millions of dollars when they do that, versus something like Blink. Blink pretty much does 1, 2, 3 installations, maybe at the most like 20 for a company. But when you're doing fleet installations, you're installing like dozens of charging stations at one time. So that's why I like ChargePoint a lot. Also, just their business model is a lot better. Just go into the Google Play Store or go into the Apple App Store and look at the reviews of ChargePoint versus the reviews of Blink. You'll see that ChargePoint has like 4.5-star reviews and like thousands of reviews, whereas Blink has like 2.5 or 3.5 stars or 3 stars. So the thing that Blink screwed up with is they have a business model where they let owner operators basically install a Blink charging system on their property, and it's kind of like franchising out. So basically, they install a Blink system, but Blink has no control over that charging system. So what a lot of people do is they get federal and state tax incentives to install a Blink charger, but then for whatever reason they don't maintenance it, they don't keep up with it, and the charger goes to crap. They're not updated, and then the customer comes by and they want to charge and they look at a Blink charger, and it's all dilapidated. So that's why the reviews are so bad, is because that business model is just stupid. You have your name, your logo on a device that you as the company have no control over, because it's the owner operators charging, but it has the Blink logo on it. So that's why Blink got in trouble with that short seller and that short seller report. But ChargePoint is the real deal. So I have a small position in ChargePoint, and I expect to be picking up more. Christopher James, how do we tune into Tesla battery? Is it live streamed? And where? I believe it's going to be on YouTube, and it's going to be on just Tesla. Just go to tesla.com. I'm sure you'll find it. And yeah, it's going to be live streamed for sure. Scroll through some more chats. Lego Man, thanks for sharing your knowledge. Since you're a long-term investor, do you invest in any crypto? If so, which ones do you remember? Yeah, I'm not a big investor into crypto. I just started to buy, and it was just Bitcoin, only because it's the main one. And again, I just buy and then just forget about it. I don't even look at it. I don't even know what the price of Bitcoin is. I don't know if it's up or down. My thing is I'm just buying it just to hold on to it and see what happens. If the whole country just falls apart and the US dollar is worthless, at least I have some Bitcoin. That's my thoughts about it, and that's the only reason I have Bitcoin. Saw the Solo at the mall, look cheap, and like Death Trap. I guess that's what is that company called? Solo Americana or something like that, right? Yeah, it's like a super cheap electromechanica Americana or whatever, Mechanicana. Yeah, I don't follow this one. Yeah, and I think it's just like a super cheap death trap, like Mike Smith said. Uh, yeah, I haven't really even looked at their vehicles. I mean, let's look at it now. What's their website? Is it Solo something? Solo. Uh, ugh, E. UCT. Yeah, let me look at this thing. What people are talking about. Holy. Oh, so it's a. Okay, so it's a tri wheel. So it's like a Arcimoto. I didn't realize it was a tri wheel, like a tricycle thing like this. Huh. Yeah, so I mean it looks cool from these pictures. Might not look the same in real life. But yeah. I mean honestly I don't follow this company, so I don't know much about it. But my money is in Arcimoto. I have my money in Arcimoto, so I just like Arcimoto better. Um, let's see if we go to their website. So the reason why I like Arcimoto better is they're strategically targeting um, certain sectors, right? So they have this deliverator, and so this is specifically targeting last mile delivery. Think of like last mile package delivery. Companies that deliver cookies, cakes or whatever in the city, or package delivery. Like, I mean, not Amazon, because Amazon uses huge vans, so they wouldn't use something this small. But think about like your florist, your cake decorator or whatever. So they're targeting specific sectors. They're also targeting like rapid responders. So like going to the fire departments and partnering with them. So you think about like in a stadium, in really crowded places like a marathon, things like that, races where you need like rapid response, and you're not going to drive a huge ambulance into the downtown areas. So they're strategically targeting these sectors. Also targeting fleets, and also they're targeting the consumer with the FUV. So just think about like if you go downtown to a city like LA or San Diego or something, you could rent these things for the day just to get around town. And so it's open, it's just more fun. And so that I think that they're just targeting a much better, much better, marketing. So that's why I like FUV, and my money is in FUV, definitely over Solo. So that's just uh, that's just my opinion. Uh, all of Tesla YouTubers invited will be tweeting Galley, Tesla podcast, etc. I might probably have missed some of this conversation. Christopher James, who will know the news besides big investors and those invited? We're talking about Battery Day here. If Battery Day isn't live stream, maybe no gains until next. No, I'm pretty sure it's going to be live streamed. Mike Smith says Solo is 18 $18,000 for the Solo. Oh, actually, I believe that's about the price of the Arcimoto, if I remember correctly. Let me see. Pre-order. Yeah, it's about the same price. but I think this definitely looks a lot cooler, a lot more fun. But we're gonna they need to bring this price down. I think they need to bring this price down to like $10,000-$15,000. Before it gets really interesting. So yeah, I think we need to bring that price down, and that's what they're working with Sandy Monroe to bring that price down. If they could bring that price down to $10,000, $15,000, I think that's when it's going to have more mainstream adoption. Vegan sympathizer, what do you think of FVAC? Very bullish on FVAC. I have a video out on MP Materials. So if you haven't watched my video on MP Materials, go ahead and watch it. It's still relevant today. Nothing much has changed. So FVAC, they're going to bring rare earth materials, mining, manufacturing, and refining back to the United States. So I think it's super important that we bring this kind of stuff back to the United States and not have to rely on any other country other than ourselves. So, all these rare earth materials are pretty much mined in the United States in Mountain Pass in California, and then it's shipped to China, and then China refines it and then makes it into Indi magnets, and these Indi magnets are critical for EV motors, electric vehicle motors, and wind turbines, robotics, things like that. Pretty much everything you're going to need in the next century. So it just doesn't make sense that we're outsourcing all this stuff. We need to bring it back to the United States. So that's what MP Materials is doing, and very bullish on them. So what is their stock trading at? What's the ticker? FVAC. FVAC is the SPAC that's going to bring them to market. So it's still only at 14.79. I mean, it's just not a very interesting stock. Doesn't get the excitement that like all these other SPACs get. So yeah, so I'm bullish on it. I think if they are able to actually refine this rare earth material and manufacture, and that's their end goal, is to actually make these magnets in the United States. Pretty much, they're going to control the whole Western Hemisphere of Indi magnets. So I think it's going to be massive if they're able to do it. Also, they're being backed by Chamath. Chamath Polyhypatia is funding their pipe. I forgot how much. I think it's was it $200 million pipe that Chamath is funding? Andre Blake. Yeah, if I could get an interview with Elon Musk, I think I could probably just retire then. Thanks for the vote of confidence, though, Andre. Beat the debt, tardy to the party, but I made it. Thanks for joining me. Wow, we're over an hour, man. This time just flies. I'm gonna go over some more chats, and then we're gonna call it a night. Thank you guys for joining me. Give me a thumbs up if you haven't yet already. Really helps the channel. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet already. Miguel, love your channel. Thank you very much. Love everything Tesla, and thank you for all your research that you share. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Christopher James, Arcimoto looks a bit more promising. Side backdoor similar to Domino's delivery car. Yeah, I mean, I really like Arcimoto. I don't know if you guys watched Hyperchange, but Galileo on Hyperchange, he talked about that he thinks like the only downfall of Tesla right now is that they don't have a vehicle that targets this market, like this two-wheel, not two-wheel, but two-passenger, tri-wheeled vehicle, and this could be a trend that we see of certain demographic of people changing from a traditional, four-door sedan or four-door compact vehicle into something more like this. Because most of the time, you're driving a four-door vehicle with just you, and the rest of the vehicle is empty. So I think there will be a demographic of people which will change to something like this. I just think it's more fun. It's open air. Um, it's a lot smaller for in-city travel. So if Tesla wants to get into this market and this market really takes off, we could possibly see acquisition is what like the moonshot is about Tesla maybe like buying out Arcimoto. That's a moonshot that Gali over there at Hyperchange has talked about. Let's see, go over some more chats. William just got here. Anyone think it's possible for Tesla to hit 600 after battery day? Yep, I already talked about it. Let me bring up my. Sorry, let me bring up my. Let me share my screen with you again. There we go. So I had this whole presentation that I did earlier, but so my prediction is I think if the market understands what's going on, that basically they're going to be able to reduce the amount of battery cells in a battery pack, therefore reduce the weight and how much it costs to manufacture them, and have a higher energy density in the battery cell. It's going to be a game changer. And if people understand it and the market understands this, and big investment firms gets this, I think we could see Tesla stock at $600 if the market really understands it and appreciates it. But if the market doesn't understand this and doesn't see how important this is, and this is very likely, a lot of times the market doesn't understand. It's like I said earlier, when the iPhone came out, people didn't understand it. People didn't get it. People didn't understand that this was not just a phone with an iPod attached to it. It was basically changing the game, changing the whole world. And in the very beginning, BlackBerry didn't understand it. What was it? What's the company? The Swedish company, the cell phone. I'm blanking. The starts with an N. I'm trying to say Nikola now. Nokia. Like they didn't get it. Nobody got it. So that's why Apple was able to run away with the iPhone for years before anybody caught up. So there's a chance that the market doesn't get it. And I think if the market doesn't get it, we could see Tesla go down to 300 to 400, is my opinion. But if Tesla is able to prove that they could get the cost of a battery cell down to $50 to $75 dollars per kilowatt hour, I think the stock could go well over $650. So that's my opinion. David, sorry, phone died. Did you answer my super chat from earlier? I didn't see your super chat. Let me scroll up. Appreciate the super chat. Let me scroll up. David, thanks for the super chat. David 199, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Price prediction for Tesla after battery day. There you go. There it is. That's my price prediction. Like I said, if the market gets it, there's a chance that these investment firms, investment companies, they don't understand, they don't get it. we could see it. We could see it go down to $300 to $400, but it all depends on what the market does. Sorry about that. I didn't see your super chat earlier, but I'll make sure to scroll up. Didn't miss any super chats. Brick Hunter, I don't see 600 for battery day unless Tesla reveals something amazing, but $600 possible for Q3 profit earning. Yeah, Q3 profits are. I think they're going to be amazing. I mean, that's really a lot of deliveries of Model Y that's been happening. So Q3 numbers will be pretty strong. Also, ramp up of Shanghai factory. So likely that we will hit 600, but I honestly think we will have a correction in the stock sometime towards the end of the year with the election and everything. So that's just my opinion. So cool. I'm just gonna scroll through the chat, make sure I didn't miss any other super chats, and then maybe just take a few more questions. Then we'll call it a night. Thank you guys so much for joining me. 259 people in here. Give me a thumbs up if you haven't yet already. Throw me a thumbs up. I think I have what? How many thumbs up right now? Only 100 something. So throw me a thumbs up if you haven't yet already. It really helps out. Appreciate it. $650. Hope so. I pray for Elon to partner up with e-bike company with new battery tech. Appreciate the reply. You're my sub. Thank you very much. Thank you for subscribing. HB says he needs Tesla to reach 300 again. Yeah, I mean, actually, if it reaches 300, it still won't be below my highest price that I paid for it. Let me see. Let me do some math. I think I bought it. The highest I bought it was at 1,400. So it would have to hit below 280 for it to be under my highest price. Super chat delayed. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't come through right away. I'll see if it pops up in a second. Appreciate it though. Brick Hunter, my family member recently picked up her Model 3. There were ridiculous amounts of people waiting to pick up Model Ys. Q3 delivered numbers are going to be good, I think. Yeah, Q3 delivered numbers are going to blow Q2 out of the water, and just traditionally Q3 is a strong quarter. Q1 is their weakest quarter. Q3 and Q4 is their strongest quarter. Also, model. There's a super chat. Let me see if it pops up on my other window, so I could bring it up here. So yeah, my cousin just ordered a Model Y, and he's expecting to get delivery next week on the Model Y. And so even though the website said it's like 7 to 8 week delivery time, he's actually getting it within 2 weeks. So Model Y deliveries are I think are going really high. So I think Q3 their numbers are going to be massive. There's a super chat, David. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You're welcome. Another good stock is Workhorse and Livongo. Yeah, so I'm already in Workhorse, and I believe that's Livongo, right? LVGO. They're doing. Let me look that up real quick. Pretty sure it's Livongo. LBGO. Yeah, Livongo. They're merging with Teladoc, I think. So yeah, Livongo, I don't follow them that closely. I just uh, looked into them briefly. They're definitely performing like nobody's business though, right? Let's look at a 6-month chart. Yeah, see, they were down to like $28 back in March, all the way up to $237. So yeah, Livongo, they're partnering with Teladoc, and they make like equipment for diabetes management or testing, something like that. Very very strong stock, and Workhorse, of course. We're waiting for that. USPS announcement. Yeah, yeah. TDOC Teladoc. Uh-huh. E-bikes is an area like San Francisco, drive downtown, Russia. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, like things like the Arcimoto, e-bikes, those things, I think are going to take off. Brick Hunter, 100% in less than a month on DPHC. Yeah, I think I am triple digits in DPHC as well. Unfortunately, I didn't have that much money in it. I was gonna look up my Fidelity account, but I didn't want to bring it up full screen. I believe I am. Let's see. I believe I am up over 100% on DPHC. Yeah, I'm actually up 134% on DPHC. Unfortunately, I only had $594 in it. I was just not buying heavy. I got it at a super cheap cost basis, $11.89. But yeah, DPHC definitely is one to watch. They're probably going to be first to market with their truck. Vivek Dubey is 425. Goodbye. Do we need to sell it off on Monday, Tuesday, or soon after the announcement? I mean, if you're a trader, um, after an announcement, the stock could go up, but it could go down. I think it all depends on how the market perceives it. But I think if you hold it on to just a few years, you're going to make money on it. But uh, I don't really day trade it, so I'm not gonna have an answer for that. I bought Tesla today and sold Apple. I'm up to 1,001 shares in Tesla. Can't wait for it to reach 700 a share. New house and boat. New house, new boat, new Tesla, everything. Congratulations. I hope it works out for you. Keep us up to date for sure. Green Power. I talked about Green Power earlier. I think it's a buy, in my opinion. It was like $14 it closed at. So I was buying it every price point from $13 to $15. I was buying it, so I think it's a buy. They have $37 million in cash from their Nasdaq listing, and they're able to 2x their production by the end of the year. Skyworks. Yeah, I have Skyworks. Right, that SWKS, is that Skyworks, David? Yeah, I have a position in Skyworks as well. 3G play, definitely a strong 3G company. What they close at today? 138. So yeah, Skyworks is a company that I'm in. So pretty much Skyworks and Cirrus Logic. So I'm not going to play Apple directly. I don't think you're going to get much gains by buying Apple directly. So that's why there's plays like Skyworks Solutions, SWKS, like David said, and also Cirrus Logic. Yeah, I show my portfolio. I mean, I have a public portfolio that I share with you guys. Just bought Apple in 2003 and never sold a share until today. Wow, that's awesome. And then you say you sold it and you bought Tesla today. Is that right? Yeah, cool. Dragon JV. So my new SPAC play was pretty much IPOB. I don't know if you saw my video on IPOB, but that is Chamath's company that's going to merge with Open Door. And so Open Door is pretty much their house flipper. They'll buy your house, and then you can pretty much sell your house within 3 days. Then they take care of everything. If there's any repairs, they'll take care of anything, and then they pretty much sell it to the next person. That way, you could get in and out of a transaction of your house. And think about people that need to move, to get a new job or something. They need to relocate fast. They don't have time to stage the house and then deal with realtors. So, company like Open Door, they take the pain of selling your house out of your hands. Also, their market cap is only going to be like I think it was $1 billion. Comparing that to something like Zillow, which is what is Zillow at? Compared to something like Zillow as a market cap of 21 billion. Did I say 3G? Yeah, I'm a little tired. Yeah, I put the kids to bed about an hour and a half ago. So right before I started this live stream. Yeah, 5G play, my bad. USPS announcement. We're going to wrap this up just in a few minutes. Thank you guys for joining me. USPS announcement should be happening, I think, any day now. Should I cut my losses with June? I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that stock is. Sorry. Open Door has more in revenue than Zillow and Redfin combined. Yeah, Open Door's revenue was like 4.7 billion, I think, compared to Zillow. I think Zillow was at like 2 billion. Let me look that up real quick. Zillow for 2019 was 2.7 billion in revenue. Open Door, I believe, was like 4.7 something like that billion in revenue for 2019. And after the merger, they're just going to be, I think, just a little over $1 billion market cap company, something like that. And whereas Zillow is like $18 billion market cap. So, I'm sorry, $22 billion market cap for Zillow. Daniel Dresser, what do you think of the chances of Tesla announce major expansion to their business? For example, ride-sharing operation during Battery Day. I think it's still early for the ride-sharing. I don't think they'll make an announcement on Battery Day. But if they do, it probably will be announcement for ride-sharing. But that I don't think it's going to be that easy just to start up a ride-sharing company. Because because I mean, think about it. Like people that have Teslas, realistically, the cheapest Tesla is going to be like $40,000. Everything said and done, taxes, fees, whatever. So if somebody is buying a Tesla for about $40,000, I don't think that's the person that's really interested in being an Uber driver. I mean, that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but so getting somebody to do rideshare in just a Tesla, I don't think it's going to be that easy. I think Tesla would have to do something like offer a incentive. So as there was a chat earlier. So basically, like offer an incentive. So you say, okay, we could lease this Tesla out to Joe, whatever, just anybody that wants to become a driver. And so basically, we'll lease it out to you, and then that person would drive the Tesla, basically be an Uber for Tesla, but they will be able to have an incentive, and they will be able to drive for Tesla, but then also help pay off their vehicle by driving for Tesla. That's the only way I think Tesla is going to be able to do ride hailing with a driver, because I think most Tesla owners are not going to also be Uber drivers for Tesla. So that ride sharing is not going to be that easy. So I don't think that's going to be announced on Battery Day, is my opinion. Tanya, thank you for the super chat, super sticker. Appreciate it. Really helps out the channel. Thank you so much. What else? Did I buy Snowflake? Oh, no way. That thing went up to like $300 on IPO day. It was supposed to be like what, I think $120 or something like that. Was the final price that they negotiated. So there was no retail investor was able to get in at that price. And that's the thing with like IPOs. It's like by the time it gets down to the retail investor, it's been used and abused. It's it was like $300. No way I'm going to pay $300 for Snowflake. So no, I didn't get in on Snowflake. Yeah, so Zillow and Redfin are definitely the biggest players, but we're open. I mean, Open Door is only in like I think 21 markets. Yeah, so Open Door is only in 21 markets now, and so that's why they have massive gain, massive growth. But in the markets that they are in, they do very, very well. And like I said, their revenue was like $4.7 billion in 2019. So they and the thing is, people use Zillow to just look at houses, but Zillow doesn't make much revenue from that, right? You just look at a house, or you list a house, you look at some pictures, but there's not a lot of revenue in that. I mean, I know Zillow does have a feature where you could list your house for sale, and Zillow will buy it. So Zillow is doing that also, but for the most part, you don't list your house or you don't sell it to Zillow, and so that's what's different about Open Doors, where Open Door essentially will buy your house, and then they will turn around and sell the house. So they're flipping it, but they're also able to make additional revenue, because think about it. When they sell your house to the next person, they could upsell it. Obviously they're going to sell it for more than they bought it from you. That's number one. But they could upsell it. They could upsell things like additional warranty. Whoever buys the next house, they could sell warranty to them. They could sell the mortgage to them. They could finance it for them. They could add a bunch of additional high margin revenue streams for the next person. So that's where they make a lot of income. So that's what Open Door does that Zillow and Redfin doesn't really do that right now. Andre Blake, all right, yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. This is probably the longest live stream I've ever had, hour and 44 minutes. Hope for a green day tomorrow as well. So just gonna get one more chat in here, and then we're gonna wrap it up. P. Shaw, ride sharing needs 100% confidence with their FSD. Too soon for full self-driving, level 5 autonomous. Not likely to be ready in another 12 months. Yeah, so no, Elon Musk already said that he expects to be feature complete by the end of the year. But feature complete, doesn't mean that it would be able to self-drive 100% of the time. And also, you still need regulators' approval. So that's not going to happen, I think, in the end of this by the end of this year. So, guys, thank you for joining me. I'll just answer this one last question. So my price target was, I think $600 is my price target after battery day. That's only if the market really understands and really gets it. If they really understand that what Tesla is doing is as dramatically decreasing the weight of the battery, the cost of the battery, and at the same time making it more energy dense. And that's going to pave the way for a $25,000 Tesla in the future, and that's where Tesla is really going to take off and take over the world. When you could start offering an electric vehicle for $25,000, who in their right mind is going to buy a Corolla for $25,000 when you could buy a Model 2 Tesla for $25,000? That's where it's going to be a game changer. So if the market really understands that and really appreciate that, I think Tesla stock will be $600 after battery day. But if the market doesn't get that, doesn't really appreciate it, I think it could very well go down to like $300. So my scenario, if the market doesn't really appreciate it, you can see something where like $300 to $400, and I think it could go over $650 if Elon Musk is able to stand on stage and say that with their new Roadrunner cell line and the batteries that they're manufacturing, they could get the price per watt hour down to $50 to $75. I think the stock is going to skyrocket because right now they just need to get down to $100 per kilowatt hour. Then that's basically cost parity with gas vehicle. But if you could get it down to $75 per watt hour for kilowatt hour, then you're gonna be cheaper than a Corolla for the equivalent vehicle, because that's the most expensive part of the battery. So if they could get it down to like $50, $75, the price target could be well over $650 in my opinion. Yeah, it'll be game over. That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. We're almost at 2 hours. So appreciate you guys joining me tonight, just chatting, chilling out, talking about Tesla, talking about making some money on Tesla stock. Hopefully, we could make enough money to buy a Tesla. That's what my goal is, trying to get at least 60% gains in order for me to buy a Tesla from my Tesla investment. Guys, have a good night. Thank you very much. Leave a thumbs up on the way out. Appreciate it. And appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. If you want to further support the channel, you could join a membership, my YouTube membership, or support me over there on Patreon. Really appreciate it. Have an awesome night. Appreciate you guys so much. Peace.